Hey, Vindictus Fruity, it's episode 4. So you might be one of the people that thought the previous episode about Frost Hollow was kind of shitty. I know I was. I didn't like it that much. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I put it out anyway, but I don't know. It just didn't feel as good as the first two. But mostly because Frost Hollow in general, story-wise, in the Vindictus world, is kind of shit. Like it has very little to do with the overarching story, like if anything at all. So I'll blame that. Yeah. So third area of season 1, Vampire Town. Pronunciation of this area, I don't know, because there's no vocal lines in this part of the game. So you just left up to your imagination how to pronounce it. So, Ainle? Ainle? I don't know. Pronounce it however you want, I don't give a shit. So for the sake of ease and slight comedy, for the rest of the video, if I ever mention the name of the area again, I'll just name it Vampireville, or Bryn Fucked Up Town. You'll find out why when I explain the area more. So, like previous episodes, all the story bits that I explain are either loosely looked up through various old videos that I have, or just off of memory because I've played through the area a bunch of times, because a bunch of different characters, so it's just all off memory. So it may or may not be correct. That's what you're here for. You just whatever. So, pretty much story-wise, to start you off, Ellis gets you interested in Vampireville, Goblin Town, Burning McVillage, whatever. He gets you interested in it because he's like, hey, there's official orders from the military, the Royal Army, to never go there. So, let's go there, because I'm Ellis, and I'm a fucking idiot. If you don't remember Ellis, that's probably because he doesn't do jack shit for the story up till this point. He's just kind of there in the mercenary outpost being a shitter, and he steals your pancakes in one side quest. So fuck him. So you do several quests. You talk to Fenella in town, who used to live in this town before it went to shit, and she tells you a bit about it. She tells you where certain places are in the town. You break the quarantine, quote-unquote, on the town, go in and investigate shit. I think it's implied that Ellis went with you a couple times. Like, again, you never see the other NPCs in battles, so, like, they just talk about it. So I think it's just implied that Ellis went with you. Whatever, he's always back in town when you get back to talk to him from the quests. And then at one point, I can't remember what exactly happens, but something ticks Ellis off. He's like, I'm going to discover myself, it's been fine so far. And he goes off to discover things by himself, and he gets destroyed. He is obliterated. He is dead. 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 Which, Ellis's death is kind of makes him even less good. I'm sure I was trying to word that. But, pretty much Ellis is in the Royal Army. I'm gonna spoil a bit of the story for you. You join the Royal Army later. Only at like level 50 do you get in. The armor Ellis is wearing is the Royal Cadet armor. That's like a level 50-ish set. Ellis, I'm assuming, if game logic carries over, was level 50-ish, wearing level 50-ish armor. And he gets killed by a level 30-ish boss. He just gets destroyed by it. So, Ellis is terrible. But hey, on the bright side, maybe, Gwen blames herself and not you. She blames herself for not keeping a better eye and disciplining him better. So you're off the hook, even though it's probably your fault he's dead. So, earlier I called this area Bryn Fucks Up Town. That's because, it's explained, I'm not sure if it's explained in this part of the story, or it's slightly later. But, pretty much, Bryn lived in this town when he was a little kid, but he was still very talented with magic. And there was the Fomor human war going on, the monsters, is trying to summon the goddess, and all that shit. So Bryn, being a very talented but stupid little kid, said, I'll just summon the goddess. What's the worst that could happen? And, well, to put it nicely, Bryn didn't summon the goddess. He summoned a giant demon from beyond dimensions, something like that. And it laid waste to the whole town. The vampires came too. Yeah, there's vampires. You're thinking, blah, vampire, Dracula. No, it's a skeleton with horns and pointy teeth that screams at you and throws fireballs. Here's an example of what they sound like. So now that you have that clip of the vampire noise to haunt you in your nightmares, let's talk about the goblins that show up in the area. So as for the goblins, they are the main force of the Fomorian army. From what I have gathered, once the town goes to fucking hell, the goblins show up and go, hey, this human town's under siege, let's join the siege and take it over. And the goblins, I assume, by the looks of things, how they're all very minimalistic compared to the goblins you fight later when they're actually part of the Fomorian army. These ones are not fully part of the army, they are, I believe, enslaved by the vampires. Magic, oh fuck no, they're all wearing tatters and little loincloths and shit. They don't seem anywhere near as advanced as the regular goblins. So, these goblins are slaves to the vampires, I assume. So, at the end of this area, or, yeah, end, kinda, you get word from Bryn/Nile, and I think Ryan's there too, that the dimensional portal dealy thing that Bryn opened when he was a kid is starting to wane and wax and split a bit. So you go to investigate and you fight the Blood Prince. Jeez, I don't know, he sounds more badass than he looks. It still looks pretty cool. Yeah, you fight the Blood Prince, he's the big main story boss. You beat him, that somehow fixes the portal. And yeah, and then you kinda move on with doing actual jobs for the mercenaries again, than fucking around in a place you probably shouldn't be. There are 2 more battles in this area. One of them, you fight the Blood Lord, who's like the king of the vampires. I don't know, he's the one with the skin. Yeah, I don't know if it's not part of the main story, it's a side quest, so I don't know if he's quote-unquote canon to the story or not. I don't know, he's like a Wolverine vampire explosion fire guy. Shoots fire and explosions. He's something. He's something. And then you fight the Weeping Queen, which is a giant spider, like the giant spider you fought at the beginning, but less fuzzy and more hard and scaly with spikes. Still white, but with like black stripes, and they're a pain in the ass. But you know, you're gonna have to go fight him anyway on hero mode because you want to farm those berserker scrolls. Because everybody wants at least one berserker scroll. Yeah, those berserker scrolls are good. And that's it for the 3rd area of Vindictus, Season 1. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I know it's quite a lot of time since I put the last one of these out, and it's just because I'm kind of a lazy fuck, and I'll put these out as I damn well see fit. I'm gonna keep doing them. And tune in next time, whenever that is, for the next area, which is a combination of 2 areas put together, the Prairie Entrance and Ruins of Sanctity. So I look forward to that.